Welcome to another episode of Barman Saturdays, and this week I decided to take a look at Godzilla, the 1998 film. So, the one everyone hates, where they have such great lines as, size does matter on the box. I suppose it does matter for giant monsters too, but that's usually not the first thing that comes to mind when you say size does matter. Not in the least bit. Probably should have picked a better quote there, right? But I can understand why people don't like this Godzilla film. I mean, let's face it, the Godzilla in this film is basically Godzilla in name only, or Zilla for short, because they took the God out of it, because it loses to the American military. And I can tell you exactly why it loses to the American military, because this is a French Godzilla. That's right, this Godzilla is French. Because you know why? Because the French take credit for creating him. There's even a scene in the movie where they do this.
Talking about the nuclear tests in the Pacific?
Yes. These testing done by my country left a terrible mess. We're here to clean it up.
As you can see, since the French took credit for creating him, he has to suck it out because he's a French Godzilla. The French are terrible at fighting. Everyone knows this. That's the stereotype. I mean, they're good in bed, supposedly. Legends, in fact. But when it comes to fighting, they're complete shit. So, that's why this Godzilla has to lose the American military-industrial complex. It never stood a chance, because it's French. You gotta feel sorry for a French Godzilla. It can't get any respect. It doesn't matter how many buildings it destroys, or how many missiles it dodges. It's still going down. You gotta feel pity for it. You gotta feel pity for the fool that invades America when he's French. Poor French Godzilla. I feel sorry for it. At least its offspring did better, but, since it was born in America, it was an American Godzilla, so obviously it was superior. But yeah, the egg that hatches at the end of the film actually did go on to be used in the cartoon series, which was meant to be a continuation, and did get the atomic breath and fought other giant monsters successfully, so obviously, no, it's an American Godzilla. Well, this is the French Godzilla on the cover here. As for the rest of the film, it's a mixed bag, in my opinion. I mean, you got the action bits that, just haven't aged very well because of how dated the CGI is, and it just really stands out that they're inserting CGI objects into the film. I understand why so many of the shots are obviously at night, because it makes it a little less obvious that you're, shoving CGI all over the place, from CGI helicopters to a CGI monster. Of course, it does seem like they went out of their way to try and make this monster look bigger and better than, Jaws and other monsters. After all, this monster pulls down 3 ships instead of a stinking barrel. That's gotta be more impressive, right? Or, there's the ship that attacks at the start and takes down a metal ship. What do you do, Jaws? You don't do shit to a metal ship. Obviously, the original Godzilla would do far better than that, but, yep. But then they spice all these action set pieces, with a love story, which just really hits the drag chute and drags things out. I would prefer if we just got rid of those scenes somewhat, because I just get to the point where I'm just like, skip. Don't care about Audrey and Nick's relationship, just skip. Darn it, I can't skip fast enough. So yeah, that goes on way too long and just pads the movie out way too much. I think if they cut those scenes out for the most part, they could have trimmed this film down to about maybe 90 minutes or so, and just stuck with all the action bits, and we could have watched the Godzilla running around destroying things or dodging weapons and letting the American military-industrial complex blow things up, because either way, it's an explosion and we win. But yeah, the best thing about this movie is, not Roger. I forget the guy's first name for Egbert. Gosh darn it. But you had to love when he's talking about this film. He's like, why is it such a surprise that, the monster's pregnant? It's obviously female because it doesn't have an obvious schlong. I'm like, well, that's not as obvious as you would think, because this is, not a mammal, and external genitalia are a diagnostic attribute of mammals. In fact, the reason why mammals have external testes is because if the testes were internal, they'd run too hot and would kill all the sperm. So yes, they're on the outside for air conditioning. The more you know. But yeah, I'd say this film's pretty skippable. I mean, if you want America's take on Godzilla, watch the newer films, or go watch the cartoon series, which is a continuation off of this one, because at least then you get, a Godzilla with atomic breath. But yep, I'm sticking with the French theory for why this one sucks so hard. Till next time, then. See ya.
That's a lot of fish.